Just when you thought the United States had become too self-doubting or too self-loathing to defend itself, much less lead the world, something happened over the weekend that might make you think again, and it happened in Congress, of all places. We've reported extensively on the incompetence and infighting that have paralyzed the 118th Congress for much of this term, and will continue to do so. But in a rare display of bipartisanship, the House of Representatives passed multi-billion-dollar aid bills for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan over the weekend. The proposed forced sale of TikTok also moved forward, a clear sign the House perceives the popular app as a national security threat from China. Of course, there are reasons to question how well that money will be spent, but in general, it's a smart policy for any country to acknowledge that international threats do exist and to keep its promises to its allies. After all, in the face of aggression, inaction is the same thing as appeasement. Also of note, House Speaker Mike Johnson engineered all this while under imminent threat of losing his speakership from his party's isolationist wing. I know, the guy sort of looks like George McFly from Back to the Future, but it turns out he might have the moxie, the spine, or what my people call the cojones, to get at least a few things done. Who knew? Joining us now with the latest on the future of both the Speaker and these bills is NewsNation's Joe Khalil live on Capitol Hill. Hey, Joe, it was a busy weekend.
Yeah, it was. And look, we have to start off here. This effort to try to remove Speaker Johnson is real, but it's not really organized. And it's not clear at all whether the people who are threatening to try to remove him are actually going to follow up on those threats. It's hanging over him now, but we know Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene and two others are leading this effort. We've been asking many other Republicans if they would join in. No one so far has committed beyond those three. And again, it's not even clear whether those three will even follow this. There's another dynamic going on that's interesting, too, actually, in either party. We're going to start with Democrats. Many of them have said that if the Speaker is at threat of being removed simply because he put Ukraine funding up for a vote, Democrats would come to his rescue. We heard Hakeem Jeffries say there are enough Democrats interested in doing that. They wouldn't even have to vote for him. They may just have to not show up for a vote at all. On the Republican side, Elizabeth, even those Republicans who say that they are frustrated with Johnson have told me, many of them, that motion to vacate is not the right move. They say it's bad politics in an election year and that it may not solve their problems or address any of their grievances.
Wow. Joe Khalil, live in Washington with the very latest. We will be watching this week to see what the next move is. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.